He thought family was just people you live with. He soon discovered they could change the way you see the world. You are watching Storytime English. Here, every story teaches you something new and helps you grow with English. Let's begin. Alex lived in a small, cozy house with his family. They were not rich, but they had each other, and that was enough. His mother always woke up early. She cooked breakfast and made sure everyone had what they needed for the day. His father was quiet but strong. He worked long hours and came home tired, yet always managed a smile for Alex. Alex had a younger sister, Lily. She was full of energy and always found a way to make him laugh. Evenings were their favorite time. They would sit together, talk about their day, and share stories. Alex often wondered how his family could feel so ordinary, yet so special. There was love in the little things, like a shared joke or a helping hand. School days were different from home. At school, Alex sometimes felt lost among the noise and fast pace. But when he returned home, everything felt simple again. The chaos outside could not touch the calm of his family. His parents taught him lessons without saying much. A glance, a gesture, a kind word, these were enough to understand life's truths. Lily loved asking questions. Some were silly, some were deep, but all made Alex think. One rainy afternoon, Alex watched his father repair a broken chair. He noticed the patience and care his father gave to even the smallest task. It struck him that family was not just about being together. It was about supporting, teaching, and learning from one another. His mother called him for tea. She smiled and said, "Family is not perfect, Alex, but it is ours." That night, Alex lay in bed, thinking about the day. He realized he had learned more from his family than from any book. He wanted to remember these moments. He wanted to grow like them and make them proud. The next morning, Alex woke up early. He wanted to help his mother with breakfast before school. He noticed how she moved around the kitchen with ease. Even simple tasks seemed like acts of love. His father walked in, rubbing his eyes. "Good morning, Alex," he said with a soft smile. Alex felt proud to see his father awake so early. It reminded him that strength was quiet, not loud. Lily ran into the kitchen, laughing as usual. She had spilled milk on the floor, but instead of scolding, their mother helped her clean it. Alex realized that patience was one of his family's strongest traits. They never rushed, never complained, just helped each other. School that day felt different. Alex carried the warmth of his family in his heart. He noticed friends arguing over small things. He remembered his mother's words, "Choose kindness, Alex, always." During lunch, he shared a joke with his classmates. It made them laugh, and Alex felt confident. After school, Alex and Lily played in the garden. Rain had left small puddles, and they jumped in them, laughing together. Their father came home and watched quietly. He didn't say much, but Alex felt his pride and love. Dinner was simple that night. Rice, vegetables, and stories filled the room. Alex listened as his parents talked about their day. He realized that every day brought small lessons if he paid attention. Before bed, his father told him a story. It was not a story from a book, but a story from life. Alex learned about patience, hard work, and love. He knew these lessons would stay with him forever. The weekend came, and Alex's family decided to spend it together. They did not have big plans or fancy trips, but they had each other. Saturday mornings were special. Alex, his parents, and Lily would clean the house together, laughing at how messy things got during the week. After cleaning, his mother would prepare a simple picnic in their small backyard. Blankets spread on the grass, sandwiches and fruits laid out. They felt like royalty in their own little world. Alex loved these moments. He watched his father carefully spread the blanket, making sure it was smooth, and thought about how even small actions showed love. Lily chased butterflies, giggling, and Alex tried to join her. Even though he was older, he enjoyed being a child again for a little while. His father brought a small notebook and a pen. He suggested that Alex write down what he was grateful for that week. Alex hesitated at first. He wasn't used to writing his feelings, but his father's calm encouragement made it easier. "I am grateful for my family," Alex wrote, "and for our small home, our laughter, and our love." His father nodded approvingly. "Good. Gratitude helps you see the good in life," he said softly. They spent the afternoon talking and sharing memories. His mother recalled stories from her childhood, some funny, some touching, and Alex listened, captivated. He realized that family was not just about being together. It was about understanding each other, respecting each other, and growing together. As the sun began to set, they packed their small picnic. Lily fell asleep on the blanket, tired from running and laughing, and Alex felt a deep sense of peace. Later, in the evening, they all gathered in the living room. Alex noticed the quiet moments, the way his father read the newspaper, his mother mending a shirt, and Lily playing quietly with her toys. He understood something important. Love was not always loud or dramatic. It was in these simple, everyday acts. That night, Alex thought about the lessons he had learned. He decided to carry them into school, into friendships, and even into the small challenges of life. He understood that family was a teacher, a guide, and a friend. It was the foundation on which he could build his dreams. And in that quiet room, with his family around him, Alex felt a warmth he knew would never fade. He felt ready to face the world, knowing that no matter what, his family would always be there. Monday morning came, and Alex woke up with a new energy. He carried the weekend's lessons in his heart as he got ready for school. His mother packed his lunch, as always. She smiled at him and said, "Remember to help someone today, Alex." Alex thought about her words as he walked to school. It wasn't just about being polite. It was about noticing others and caring for them. At school, he saw his friend struggling with homework. Without thinking much, Alex offered to help. His friend smiled gratefully. Alex felt a warmth in his chest, the same feeling he had at home. During break, he shared his sandwich with Lily's best friend, who had forgotten hers. He realized that giving didn't always need a reason, it just made life better. Even in class, Alex noticed things differently. He paid attention not just to lessons, but to classmates, teachers, and small gestures. By the end of the day, he understood that family lessons were not limited to home. They could guide him anywhere he went. When he returned home, he told his parents about the day. They listened and nodded, proud of his actions. That evening, they all cooked together. Alex learned how his mother measured ingredients carefully, and his father stirred slowly, making sure nothing burned. He understood that even in cooking, patience and care mattered. Every task, no matter how small, was a way to show love. After dinner, they sat in the living room. Lily was drawing pictures, Alex was finishing his homework, and his parents were reading quietly. Alex looked around and felt gratitude again, not for material things, but for the presence, the love, and the lessons that surrounded him daily. He realized family was not just about living together. It was about being connected, learning together, and growing together. As night fell, Alex went to bed with a sense of purpose. He knew he wanted to carry these values into the future, into friendships, work, and his own family someday. He closed his eyes and remembered the weekend picnic, the laughter, the small acts of love. And he knew that these memories, these lessons, would guide him forever. The following week, Alex noticed small changes in himself. He was kinder to his classmates and more patient with younger students. Even small acts, like helping a friend carry books, felt significant. He began to understand that lessons from family were not just for home. They were for life. At home, his mother observed the change. She smiled quietly, proud of the boy who was growing in thoughtfulness and care. One evening, Alex's father suggested they work on a small home project. They decided to build a bookshelf together for the living room. Alex watched as his father measured and cut the wood carefully. He noticed the precision, the patience, and the calm focus that went into each step. Together, they hammered, nailed, and assembled the shelf. It was not perfect, but it held meaning beyond its function. Alex learned that creating something together strengthened bonds. It was a lesson in teamwork, trust, and dedication. Lily, of course, added her own touch. She painted small flowers on the shelf, making it unique and full of love. Once it was done, they placed books, photos, and mementos on it. Every item reminded Alex of a story, a memory, and the warmth of family. Dinner that night was filled with laughter and pride. The shelf was more than wood. It was a symbol of their connection. Alex felt a sense of accomplishment unlike any other. He realized that family was not only about love, but also about learning, creating, and sharing moments. Before going to bed, Alex thought about the past months. He had grown, not just in knowledge, but in understanding, empathy, and gratitude. He knew that life outside would be challenging, but with his family's lessons, he felt ready. He also knew that someday he would pass these values to others. As he closed his eyes, Alex felt a deep sense of peace. Family was his anchor, his guide, and the heart of his life. The next few weeks brought more ordinary yet unforgettable moments. Alex realized that even small things at home were full of meaning. On a rainy afternoon, he watched his mother sewing a torn shirt. Her fingers moved swiftly, fixing the tear with care and precision. Alex asked, "Why do you always fix things instead of buying new?" She smiled and said, "Because care and effort matter more than things, Alex." He thought about it deeply. Life was not about replacing what broke, but about repairing with love. His father, meanwhile, showed him how to budget their weekly expenses. Alex learned about saving, planning, and making thoughtful choices. It was not just about money. It was about responsibility and foresight. He understood that family taught lessons in every corner of life. One evening, Alex and Lily decided to make a small surprise for their parents. They drew pictures, wrote notes, and hid them under plates at dinner. When their parents discovered them, they laughed and hugged the kids. Alex felt the joy of giving, realizing that happiness multiplied when shared. School days became easier, too. Alex carried the lessons of patience, kindness, and understanding into friendships and group work. He noticed that classmates who were once distant now approached him. It felt good to connect with others, to practice empathy, and to be considerate. His parents encouraged him to keep observing and learning. They reminded him that growing up was not only about age, but about understanding life and relationships. On weekends, family movie nights became their tradition. They sat close together, laughing at comedies and sometimes crying at touching stories. Through each movie, Alex saw reflections of his own family. He learned to value moments of togetherness, communication, and shared emotion. Lily loved asking questions after every film. Alex answered as best as he could, realizing he was learning too by explaining things to her. Even the small arguments between siblings became lessons. They taught compromise, forgiveness, and the importance of listening. By now, Alex noticed a change within himself. He was more patient, more observant, and more grateful than ever before. And every night, before sleep, he thanked his family silently, not for grand gestures, but for the small, steady love that shaped his life. One evening, Alex sat with his family watching the sunset. He realized that life's greatest lessons came from love, care, and togetherness. His parents, his sister, and even the small routines of daily life had shaped him. He felt ready to face the world, carrying their values wherever he went. Alex smiled, knowing that no matter what happened, family would always be his guide. And with that, he understood the true meaning of home and love. Thanks for watching, friends. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also learn real English-speaking techniques in the link in the description, and leave your questions or thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you.